We're in there.
You guys, welcome to I'm Not Racist, My Friend's Black.
Yeah. We in it. We in it to win it.
Okay, well, let's just jump right in.
What's the inspo on that?
Oh, my God. Okay. I'm pretty sure that is a term that every single one of us has heard before. You know? It's kind of like, I feel like white people's introduction, they're like, you know, to say, I'm not racist, you know what I mean? Like, I have lots of black friends. Like, how could I be racist?
Right.
Or like, I'm not racist, my fucking girlfriend is black. And you're like, oh, right.
And then we're good. We're all clear.
No, we're fucking not fucking good.
It doesn't work that way.
Nah, it doesn't work that way. It's not, no, it's not good. Yeah, so I just thought that's an interesting name, you know? Because I hear that a lot. I hear it a lot.
Where do you hear that? Like,
okay, so like if
like
someone's
school,
if like
college.
someone's being busted out for being racist or saying some like funny ass black joke and they're white, and then people
try to use it as a trump card.
Yeah, like what?
Come back.
Dude, like what the fuck? Like I grew up and like I'm not even racist. And it's like, yeah, you may not be realize like the things you've been conditioned to like believe over time is racist, but like some things just surface because you've been conditioned. Do you know what I'm saying? Like over time, and you just like your banter becomes racist without even you realizing it.
Where you grew up, how you grew up, becomes apparent.
Yeah. I'm not with that shit. Yeah, I don't know.
That's why we do something like this, so we can have a conversation.
Yeah,
learn.
I'm really sad.
Learn from each other. Tell us why you're sad.
I'm sad, y'all.
I think the world is sad right now.
The world is sad, and I'm just kind of like being born in Minneapolis. You know what I mean? And like what's happening right now, it just feels like a lot of. It feels heavy. It feels like, fuck, we've been dealing with this shit for so long. It feels like a lot of pressure. It feels like, are you doing enough? Are you doing the right thing? Like, what should we be doing? I don't know. Feels a little crazy.
Yeah, so you're from Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Your parents live like an exit away from where all this craziness happened.
My parents live in Oakdale, Minnesota, which is, my dad told me that they are 2 exits away from the cop who killed George Floyd.
So they're firsthand seeing everything happen.
Yeah.
Seeing it on the news, feeling just everyone around them being impacted.
Yeah.
And I assumed that there was going to be nationwide protests, but I didn't assume that there would be nationwide riots and looting and buildings being burned down. We're in LA. This is in Minnesota. I remember, because I'm from St. Louis, I remember when the Ferguson stuff was going on.
Yeah.
And the same thing, there was buildings being burned down, but it was kind of like they're burning down buildings in Ferguson. Yeah. It's like, what's happening? Like, what's the point of that? And now it's like we're in LA.
Yeah.
And this happened in Minnesota, and this is affecting us. This is affecting everybody, and it's a big wake up call to everyone in the country. Like this, you have to pay attention to it, and you need to speak up, and you need to make a change. This is the time to make a change.
Yeah. I mean, let me say this though. Like I realize the looting and the fires seem extreme to a lot of people, and they're probably like, why are people like stealing, and like why are they like looting, and like how is that helping? And for me, it's kind of like I can't give you the answer to that, but what I do know is I have to stand by and support people who are hurting. And I feel like we've tried so much to try and peacefully protest that shit did not work. Like Colin Kaepernick tried to peacefully protest. Fucking Kobe Bryant wore t-shirts when he was like, you know, what do they warm up before like a game that said I can't breathe. Like that is a peaceful protest. And so when these problems continuously happen and no one is doing shit, it's like burn fucking everything. Like burn it all. Like black people are like a huge consumer in the society. Like a lot of people.
Oh, I need to hear about this Kobe Bryant stuff.
Good night.
No, but for real, I'm
okay. So Kobe Bryant, like, I don't even know when, I can't remember when the I Can't Breathe situation happened, but it was like, because the I Can't Breathe is basically reoccurring about another like police shooting. So anyways, he and his teammates were wearing shirts that say I can't breathe. I can't even recall which one because there's been so fucking many, but I'm just saying like.
No, this is good because I think there's probably a lot of people that thought this movement just started with that.
Oh, no,
with
no,
that
no.
slogan. Yeah.
No. And hands up, don't shoot. You know what I mean? Like there's lots of peaceful, like, you know, rallies and like, you know, initiatives and funds and like things that have been put towards peacefully protesting. And I just feel like that shit ain't working. And it's like either you're on the MLK side or you're on the Malcolm X side. And this generation is not fucking around.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck.
This is the moment for change.
It really is.
I read something the other day. It said that millennials are the unluckiest generation ever, apparently. And obviously it was talking about, you know, we had the 2009 financial crisis. Now we have the whole COVID-19, you know, which is a pandemic that hasn't happened since the Spanish flu, which was 100 years ago. As far as the markets and like, you know, kids going to college and then being in huge debt and like, our generation's not messing around. Like,
no, they're not fucking around.
We've been screwed over. We've been so like we're tired of stuff. We're ready for change, and we kind of have nothing to lose. So
well, I mean, and also it's the time of like interracial relationships and like cultures crossing over and like Japanese people like dancing to hip hop music. It's like this whole generation is like fucking with each other. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm happy. And you know what I will say? I think this needs to be said. I am so fucking proud of my white friends who have stuck up and sent me text messages and like showed support and who are like checking in on me and like trying to do whatever they can. Because I saw this picture last night that was posted on Minnesota Stand Up, which you guys should totally follow at MN Stand Up. And there was a picture of all of these young white kids barricading around these black protesters. And I'm like, fuck yes. Like, fuck yes. Like, that's exactly what we need, because this is not a fucking war about race. This is a war about everyone who's fucking racist versus everyone else. And
there was another one. There's protesters. They were protecting a cop that got separated from.
Yeah, I saw that.
Unit.
I saw that. Yeah, like what?
So that's why we need to have this conversation, because from just anybody who's young and just trying to understand all this stuff, there's so much information, and some of it's very misleading, and it's hard to understand what's real and what's not. I was in a studio session yesterday, and I'm hearing from the guy I'm in a session with about they're looting Louis Vuitton stores in Portland, Oregon, and then 2 hours later, the Grove in LA is burning down.
Yeah, but you know what I will say about that is a lot of that looting and that fire shit is also being started by people who are not living in that current state. Like there's been a lot of recordings that people who are getting arrested, 75% of the people who got arrested yesterday in Minneapolis, were actually from out of town.
Yes, and this is from the governor.
Yeah.
This was quoted from the governor.
Exactly. So it's like there's like a lot of like people trying to hijack this movement, whether it be like white supremacists or the KKK, but this is not all black people being angry and just lighting shit on fire. Like I want to make that shit very clear. This is other people coming in, you know, fucking shit up. I mean, obviously there is some black people like, you know, obviously looting. Like I'm not going to, you know, try and get over that, but like, dude, it's not just all black people. So
it's just a lot of, and you can just tell there's a lot of emotions and anger just being, they need an output. They need to get it out. Yeah. I don't know if you watched some of those videos I sent you yesterday, but
I did. I fucking am trying.
It's like protesters just pushing people against a dumpster and that's just protesters against other protesters. It's like people are just angry and just hurting each other and it's just unnecessary. But you know,
someone asked me like, what do you think would stop all of this, and like what is the point of all this? And so like I had to ask a couple of my friends, like, what do you really think? Like, okay, first things first, the other 3 cops need to be fucking arrested and charged. Derek Chauvin needs to be charged because people are not getting charged. That's the problem. That's why black people are so upset, is because no one is getting charged. They're getting, you know, released from their jobs, but they're not getting any criminal charges. And so that's the first thing, is I think those 3 guys need to be charged and treated just the same as him. And the next thing is I just think that this is just creating awareness so people can have uncomfortable conversations. Like, you know what I'm saying? With their family who's saying racist shit. Like, we just need to create awareness and what we're doing in each community that prolongs these stigmas. Like, you know, the black jokes and shit. Like, yeah, shit's funny, but like that's actually hurting the community. Do you know what I mean? People will like capitalize off like black people, but nobody actually wants to be fucking black. You know what I mean?
The timing of everything too. I was reading an article yesterday that said LA restaurants and shops could have been open as early as this weekend.
Yeah, no, they're open downtown LA right now.
Today's Sunday.
Yeah.
And the Grove is on fire on Saturday.
Yeah.
And it's just, to me, I had this revelation yesterday. I'm sitting in the session and I'm watching all this craziness happen online. And then literally an hour later, everyone in the LA region is getting a notification on their phone that's saying curfew for the entire city of LA, 8 p.m.
Yeah, I saw that.
And you're going to send me that at 6:30 p.m.?
Right. No, I
know. So this is where it's getting crazy for me is it's becoming, and this is why people are rioting and they're revolting and they're rising up, is because the government has too much power and they're taking advantage, and they know that everyone is being controlled by their smartphones. Everybody's being controlled by the media. There's an old rich white guy that controls Twitter. He controls the news. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like all this media that we're watching, like YouTube, like there's videos of people about COVID that are saying, yo, this isn't as bad as it seems.
Right.
Like a couple weeks into it that we were watching that would get taken down a couple days later. It's so crazy that all this media is being controlled, and we need to be able to pay attention to that. But also, what happens if you don't have a smartphone?
Yeah.
And you're walking around at 6:30.
Well, here's the
what
thing,
happens?
though.
You're walking around at 6:30 in LA. It's a huge, way too big of a city to put a curfew on.
They don't give a fuck.
Way too big. LA as a city, if you're hanging out in the valley and there's not even protests going on in the valley,
and just like
at
going to get
6:30
groceries.
you don't have a smartphone, you just have a landline.
Yeah.
Heaven forbid. Are you going to get arrested? Like what's going to happen?
Honestly,
to me, that's not even constitutional. It's unconstitutional.
Yeah. No, I get that.
I'm sure they're not going to arrest you like right on the spot, but I
mean, I've seen some videos of like this girl, she got like hit in the head with like a rubber bullet today because she was going to get groceries like to Trader Joe's in LA. It's like, I don't know, dude. It's a lot. It's a lot of like anxiety and pressure around it. It's like, it's heavy.
That's why all these other states other than California, you know, there were protests in California about the reopening and all this, because at the end of the day, it's unconstitutional to tell somebody, hey, you can't go to work.
Yeah.
If you want to risk your life,
right.
If maybe there is danger out there, maybe you could get sick.
I mean, do you
but if you're in the prime of your life and you're like, okay, I got a great immune system, I've never been sick in my life. Me personally, I've never been seriously ill in my life.
Yeah.
You're taking the proper precautions. You're wearing a face mask. You're taking the 6 feet.
Right.
Who is a government's really going to tell you like you can't go out and work, and if you have a product or a service that people want
right now, that's the least of my fucking concerns, because
but I think it goes hand in hand. I think it goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
Because
with the control, I understand.
Look. 2 days ago, we were still on social distancing.
Yeah.
And now you're telling me there's protests all across the nation. People aren't 6 feet apart.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah.
We're in the park the other day. People were doing boot camps. They're not 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
They're working out together because the gyms are closed.
Right.
These small businesses are closing. People don't realize like everything's consolidating for these big corporations. The small businesses are closing.
Yeah.
Small businesses, those are important for minorities. They're important for immigrants. They're important for just anybody who's trying to like live the American dream. That can't be taken away.
Yeah.
So we need to have our freedom. We need to have our choices.
The owner of Target, what he said, the CEO, basically he put out a statement because they had first of all, they burnt down the Target in Minnesota, if anyone doesn't know that, but they've looted a lot of Targets, but the one in Minnesota, in Minneapolis, is completely burnt down. But so basically Target released a statement saying like, that shit can be rebuilt. Like, we have insurance. Like, we're good. Like, we're with the people. And I fucking love that. Like, fuck that shit. That shit's so materialistic. And there's insurance. It can be rebuilt.
Well, as a real estate, that's what insurance is for.
But then I'm also
burnt down. Yeah.
You know, I'm worried because I'm worried about, you know, the areas that our people have chosen to, you know, protest in and loot, and, you know, not necessarily they're looting or they're burning down the areas. I'm not going to say that. But the area that they decided to choose, like, for instance, Lake Street in Minneapolis, it's kind of in the hood, you know, is up and coming, but I don't think they're ever going to put that money back into that area. So now I'm nervous. Like, damn, did they just burn this shit down?
Right,
and
right. That's how I felt about
fuck.
That's how I felt about Ferguson, because it's like, okay, this isn't a nice area in St. Louis. You're not looting a nice area in St. Louis. Like, that just made the area worse, you know? But yeah, I was watching a lot of stuff online yesterday, and it was like, police didn't start getting violent until they started moving towards Beverly Hills. So I don't know how. And
I'm like, you motherfuckers been violent. That's why we're in this situation right now. Like,
well, I'm saying it was like peaceful protests. Got it. The protests started moving towards, you know, Fairfax or the Grove or Beverly Hills, and then it was like, all right, they're just not messing around, you know, and people getting caught in the crossfire. Have you
heard about like the shit that Trump's saying, like referring to the protesters as thugs?
Yes, and I saw something with the governor of Minnesota.
Yeah,
he's not messing around with Trump.
Oh no,
because the tweet was like, "I support you, governor of Minnesota."
Yeah,
and he was like, "Nah, I don't want your support."
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Good for that guy though.
No, straight up, I'm not even gonna get started on the Trump shit, because we already know what it is.
He knows what he's doing. He's trying to get his base rallied. He's about to go and do an election.
Yeah, and he's trying to get all the little weird ass motherfuckers to vote for him. So it's like, whatever. Like, we don't need him. Whatever. But you know who I am super proud of? Kaepernick. Super fucking proud. Like, that's the homie. He's like stays down. Like, he's giving funding and legal aid to protesters, who are getting arrested. I fuck with that. I love it. Like, shout out. I've seen like Nick Cannon, Jamie Foxx, J. Cole, all out in Minnesota. Like, you know, I'm not trying to hold celebrities to like this, you know, civil rights activists, like, you know, platform. Like, I don't know that that's necessarily their job. But, you know, when you're black and you have a platform, you need to say some shit. Like, I don't know. I think everyone should be saying something, but I just love that Kaepernick is still out here doing it for the people.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah, I feel that.
I love him.
Because a lot of athletes, they're careful about that because they know it's going to mess up their money.
Yeah.
Kaepernick did it. It messed up his money.
Yeah, but you know what, though? At the end of the day, like, fuck that money. Fuck that money, though.
Where's LeBron?
But fuck LeBron.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Where's LeBron? He's not.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what
he's got too much money on the line, and he knows it, and he's not trying to mess it up. Kaepernick, he got blacklisted from the NFL.
Let me ask you a question. Okay, so let me ask you a question. With all the money that LeBron has on the line, what if LeBron's kid died of police brutality? Do you think that then he would step in and try to say something to promote the movement? I've seen LeBron post some things. LeBron is somewhat active. I've been on his Instagram. I'm not going to say he hasn't said anything, because he definitely has.
What changed my mind, not changed my mind because I love LeBron, but when the China...
Crybaby ass nigga. Sorry.
The China stuff with LeBron, he didn't say anything. He was just like...
But that doesn't directly affect him, though. He's black. Like, this directly affects him. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that celebrities don't say shit until it directly affects them. Like, it doesn't matter, because technically LeBron isn't seen as the class of black that gets pulled over by police. So I just need people who like have an opportunity and have more money to do a little bit more. That's all.
Yeah, I think there does need to be a conversation of what's the point? Like, why? Okay, yeah, there's the rioting, there's the looting, there's the protests. Protesting is you want to get your point across. That's the why. But the next step of that, what do we hope to happen? What's the fundamental change that we hope to happen? From my point of view,
this is like a weapon. It's like, yo,
we ain't messing around.
We're not fucking around. And if you continue to push us, all your shit's getting burnt. Like, you know, we don't know what could happen, but it's like, we're not fucking with you. And also, I saw Quincy Jones post something about, have you heard about this? About the Blackout Tuesday for the music industry?
Yes, I've seen that.
Yeah,
yes.
So I don't really know what that entails.
Everything, I don't know if it was started by Warner or Atlantic, but all of Atlantic Records and pretty much the whole music industry. But I've seen everybody.
So what are they saying?
They're just, you know, anybody that works in the music industry on Tuesday, which is coming up a couple of days, they're just chilling. They're off work.
Okay.
They're not doing anything music related.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the main people in the media right now, Lizzo, Megan Thee Stallion, like those are black people. And I posted something on Instagram today that I was just like, yo, with all the girls that I've worked with, because I'm signed with Wilhelmina, all the girls I've modeled with, all the people that know me through you, all the people I've ever met, it's like, you cannot profit off doing those fucking TikTok dances, all the Savage videos, and then not say shit about what's happening. It's like, you don't get to do both. You don't get to fucking buy tickets to Coachella where Frank Ocean and Travis Scott are headlining and love black people then, and then be like not saying shit about what's happening now. You know what I'm saying? You don't get to go to all the fucking like drops of like Supreme when like a black person is like promoting it and then just like not really fuck with us. Like that's the problem that black people are having. It's like you guys want to rock the hair, the clothes, the swag, the ebonics, the fucking dances, but like, yo, where are you at when we need you? Like, that shit's annoying.
Yeah, take it all. Don't just take like the trending stuff.
Yeah, like don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I want to shout out to my homie Dlo_DJLOW for setting me up with a couple Instagrams that you guys can give funding to. So let me just rattle off a couple. So the first one is at Reclaim the Block, and block is spelled BLOC. And this program invests in community-led safety initiatives in Minneapolis neighborhoods. The second one is Black Visions Collective. And this one invests in movements and community building towards transformative justice and liberations. And the last one, which is the one that everyone has heard of, is the Minnesota Freedom Fund, spelled MN Freedom Fund. And this one is paying criminal bails and immigration bonds for those who can't afford to and who are being jailed. So, yeah, we can put a little link for those. Minnesota Freedom Fund, thank you guys for all that you're doing. We love y'all. Big shout out to the homie DJ. Oh, can you not hear me?
No, I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
I want to see your beautiful face.
That's right.
Yeah, so I just want to dive into where this could go as far as the positives, because to me it's a cycle, right? Like people are mad because it keeps happening.
Yeah.
Right. When was Ferguson? Like 3 years ago, longer. Like, and now we're here again. Yeah. It's on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
Because people are fed up.
This is the first time though that white people have put in just as much effort as black people. That's what's changing.
Right. I think we need to get clear on what we want to come of this.
It's very clear though. I think we just fucking want this shit to stop. Like I want the police to stop racially profiling
you want it to stop, but a cop
listen.
Like cops need to know what they can and cannot do.
They know what the fuck they can and cannot do.
No, but if he gets off,
Nah.
If he gets a slap on the wrist, then he knows he can get away with it. Okay. So what I'm saying is there needs to be clear cut rules of what cops can and cannot do.
It's about the conscious mind. Why the fuck are you a 50-year-old man kneeling on someone's neck and fucking like? And they also had reports shown that he had like beaten up like black youths before, like had got a slap on the wrist over it. And it's like this is where we need to start is the fucking mental health of the people that they're hiring. Like, what the fuck? It's obviously only cops. Like, you never hear about any other shit happening. It's cops. These people feel a sense of control and they want to, like, I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't know what's up with them. I can't even explain it. But they just need to do mental health checks. They need to run screenings about these people. Like, obviously, the media has depicted black people a certain way. So, like, when you see this shit every day, like, you see violent shit, you see rappers, you see fucking gangsters. Okay, so when you are conditioned to see that over time, you establish, a fear. And that's the problem is people are scared of black people. And it's like, good. Now here's a fucking reason to be scared. Do you know what I'm saying?
For people that maybe don't know all the details,
okay,
maybe dive into what happened to George, what he was doing before.
If you don't know the details, get the fuck off this podcast.
But, it's good to set a visual.
Okay. All right. So let me just give you guys a little bit of background. Okay. In Minneapolis, there is a little corner store, like a deli bodega style. It's called Cup Foods. He was a frequent customer at this place. And basically, we don't know. Either he was given a counterfeit $20 bill or he was trying to use a $20 counterfeit bill. They're not sure. And basically was pissed because either they wouldn't let him use it or he had gotten it and he was just mad that it wasn't real. So we don't know which side yet, so I won't say. Basically what happens, an employee of the store calls the cop because he becomes irate. He's like pissed. He's like, what the fuck? Like, blah, blah, blah. He goes to his car, okay? He waits and he's like chilling outside. And this is like just released footage. He's chilling in his car and the cops pull up and start interrogating him, okay? Now you see, I don't know like from how he got to the cop car because that wasn't recorded. But now you see that George is in the cop car. Okay, there's two cops, Derek Chauvin and the Asian guy. And you see Derek Chauvin with his leg kind of like pivoted on like basically giving him stability. And he's like holding himself up on the curb as he's beating the fuck out of George. While the Asian cop is like looking around to like see if anybody's like watching. And like, so that happens. And then fast forward to 2 more cops showing up. And now they have him arrested on the ground. And he has his knee. Derek Chauvin has his knee in George's neck. Okay, so now this is all being recorded. And so basically
for $20.
$20. So for 8 minutes, they have this on recording. He has his knee on his neck, and George is saying, "I can't breathe." And he's calling for his mother, which, by the way, also died on the same day that he fucking died. Okay? So he's calling for his mother, and he's like, "Mom, I can't breathe." And his mother's dead, obviously. He's like, "I can't breathe. I can't breathe." And the cop goes, "If you can talk, you can breathe." And he's like, "No, look, you're cutting off my air supply." And just think how it would be to be like our age and like recording this and then to just watch this fucking guy like die.
Right, but where is the training? Okay, police academy, you're like, I'm going to train these cops. Hey, to detain these people, put your knee on their neck.
What the fuck?
How is that? That's what I'm saying. There needs to be clear cut.
There is though.
Law. Like,
there is.
Right, and if that's against the law, we need, like, as civilians, we need to know, okay, that's not okay. Yeah. Because I don't know. Like, who knows?
I think that
it's just the civilians need to know, and the cops need to know, and they need to know, okay, if we do this, we're crossing the line. And we need to know if they do this, they're crossing the line.
Okay, I see what you're saying. There needs to be so that we can convict people.
Exactly. Got it. Because why is it always so up in the air? It's like this stuff happens and then it's like, well, maybe they'll go to jail. Maybe they'll just be fired. It's like, nah, this needs to be like, if you do this, it shouldn't even be obviously, no, obviously he died and it's awful. But if he even puts his knee on somebody's neck, he should go to jail.
100%.
He should be fired.
Force.
Right. So there needs to be clear cut, like.
And also, you know,
it's like, okay, cool. If he's aggravating the officer, if he's resisting arrest, okay, now you can taser him. You know, whatever it is, there needs to be like a clear cut thing. So like we know, they know. It's like, okay, cool. If I resist arrest, like he has the right to taser, like whatever. Yeah. Whatever it is.
No,
but
I agree.
But
yeah.
That way we know. It's like, okay, if I'm resisting arrest, if I can take a taser, I can take a taser, but you shouldn't have a knee to the neck.
And I'm just confused to why his knee was on his neck. There's 3 other cops there. Like, put him in the car and take that motherfucker to jail if that's what you want to do. Like, why are you kneeling on his neck? Like, what was someone show? I don't know if someone was showing up or like what was going on, but how many other cops do you need to deal with?
People want to exert power, man. It's a power trip.
And this is what I'm saying. And so what is it? And I find this to be so common, like a common narrative in the white culture, that this power, this monopolizing on situations and communities is such like a frequent thing in the white community that it scares me, because it's like all the school shootings were white young males. So what is it about the community that these kids are growing up in, specifically white, that they feel the need to take this power? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying it's just that community that feels like that, because a lot of black people feel like they need to take power as well. All I'm saying is it just seems to be this common narrative of like, where the fuck is all this hate coming from? Like, what's up? Like, why are they so upset? Like, I just don't get it.
I'm sure if you're a cop, you're that specific cop.
Yeah.
You just feel like maybe he becomes like another person. Like he becomes like, I need to be this assertive asshole.
Yeah.
I can't let anybody get a glimpse of, oh, he has weakness. Because if they see that, they're going to take advantage of it.
Right.
But it's like, no.
And this is exactly what I'm saying with the mental health checkup before you hire a fucking cop. Why are they worried about their ego? Like, that has nothing to do with you. You're here to protect and to serve and to help a community. Your ego is not even in this. And that's why I'm saying they're hiring people because nobody wants to be a fucking cop. And it's just like,
you know, there needs to be a separate organization that is looking over the executive branch of police or whatever, because from what I know, I could be completely wrong because I'm not that smart of a person. But
what did you just say?
It seems
Hold
like,
on, back it the fuck up. Don't you ever say that.
I haven't done enough research on this. I'm just saying.
Take it back.
It seems like they're overwatching themselves. Yeah. They're looking like,
oh shit, my headphones just are dying.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, I think my headphones are okay. Yeah.
You good?
Yeah, they're dying, but whatever.
I got more headphones over there.
Yeah, we might even. I just had to go.
Boo, 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 boo.
Don't say that. You are smart.
I'm smart.
Yeah. Take it back.
When an organization is in charge of checking itself, that's a recipe for disaster. You're gonna let a little bit slide, a little bit slide here, a little bit slide there, and the next thing you know, it's like, cool, I'm protected. Like if things do get out of control, I'm good. So then you don't even think about it. You're just like, okay, as long as this guy is arrested or he's away from the store, they just called me, then I'm good.
You know, a question I have,
and it's a camaraderie thing. It's a police force. It's almost like the army or whatever. It's
100%.
all. So it's like you got those two other cops. They're not saying anything.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I was just gonna say. Like I'm just
they're looking the other
confused.
way.
Like, so what the fuck is up with you as a person that you think is just chill to just watch that go down? It's like,
I think you just see it so much, you just get desensitized. Like those guys have to, whether they're doing it or not. You know, the guy who was the lookout.
Looking at.
He's probably seen so much stuff. He's probably seen way worse stuff than that. Where he's just like, okay, well, and maybe he has seen a lot of people lying. You know you get a lot of people on drugs or whatever, and they're like, "You're hurting me," and they're like, psych, gotcha. And then they hurt the officer or something. So
100%.
So at that point they're like, okay, it's either me or you. Who am I going to take a risk on? And that's the issue. It becomes such a selfish attitude of, look, I'm not gonna. If somebody's gonna get hurt here, it's not gonna be me, and I'm gonna take every precaution to make sure that doesn't happen. So,
dude, like, then join the fucking army. Don't be on some like police civilian shit. Do you know what I mean? Will you hit cancel on that? Thanks, baby.
Sorry, Danielle.
Sorry, girl. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe cops need breaks too. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're dealing with a lot of shit too, but it's like also like,
they've been bored. It's COVID. They got no excuse.
They ain't got shit. You right.
They got no excuse. They're just sitting around making sure people don't. I just want to make sure
that we're not promoting the message that all cops are bad, because they're not. And I don't believe that about anybody. Like my uncle is a cop. And it's just like, I think the bad cops are people who are doing weird shit, police brutality, and then people who aren't saying anything. There's plenty of cops out there who are doing really amazing things, but are getting overlooked. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I saw Chicago PD though post. The chief of police basically said, if you have a problem, he told this to his police force, if you have a problem with George Floyd's death, if you don't have a problem with it, like if you don't think anything wrong happened, then turn in your badge, which is tight. You know what I mean? Like I appreciate him standing up, which is what we need more of. You know?
I think what's unique about this situation is that it wasn't a shooting.
Right. Okay. Elaborate.
I'm just saying, like, I feel like a lot of the other police brutalities or just
were killings of
just shootings and that's such, you're trying to make a decision in the spur of the moment. You literally have somebody's life in your hand,
right?
Pulling a trigger. It's like, imagine that being you. Like,
this was a slow, gradual kill,
right? Which
is even scarier.
You should be aware, and they need training on that. Of like, okay,
but then I'm also like, yo. Okay.
If he's handcuffed, because you can handcuff his feet if you really need to.
And there's 3 of them and one of him.
3 of them.
He ain't got no friends with him.
Where's he going to go? There's just no excuse.
Are we making excuses?
No, that's why I'm saying this is a unique thing, because if it's a shooting, I think a lot of like white people or other races might assume like
maybe he was scared.
Maybe he was he put himself in a weird situation. Right. Maybe he was with a bad group of people. Maybe he did something wrong and then he fled and then they shot. Like,
yeah, no, I agree.
It's cutting dry. Like
it's like you can't get around this one. Like this motherfucker literally
because everybody can put themselves in that situation. Like, I don't want nobody's knee on my neck.
Literally.
Nobody.
And then you know what the worst part about it was? The worst fucking part was that Fox News released the coroner's report and said that the cause of death was because he had hypertension and diabetes, which allowed him not to be able to breathe as easy.
Yo, my grandma had diabetes, and that's a slow death. Okay, she lost her foot.
Like, are you joking?
Like years in the making.
How
Nobody
dare they?
dies from diabetes on the spot.
That's what I'm saying. So like the fact that they even, so the family's getting a second coroner's report, which is, I love that. But the fact that they even try to make it worse by saying like, no, this person had prior underlying conditions, so maybe that's why he died easier. Like, no, motherfucker, he died because you were fucking strangling him. I don't know. It's like beating a dead horse.
What do you hope positive comes from this? It seems like this has happened a lot.
Yeah.
We're in a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
But I think we can all acknowledge that things are changing in a positive direction.
Now that the protests are happening. Okay, yes.
No, I'm just saying, like I said, Ferguson or just different situations,
Are things changing though?
I think so. I think they are. But I'm saying you need, if you can't identify
what it is that we want.
Exactly, then it's not going to happen.
I mean, I think that we just want to be treated fairly, and I love that white people are supporting the Black movement. I think that's never happened before. I think it's never happened with like gay pride. It's never happened with any other movement, like women's marches. Now people are so diverse, and I fucking love that. So I think that that's a huge change. And I think having these conversations, that's what's going to change. Do you know what I'm saying? Because now if we have more white people who are allies, now when a cop pulls over a Black guy, maybe with someone white will stop and record and be there to support them and be like, hey, I'm here with you. Whatever we need to do, just don't resist arrest. You know what I'm saying? I'm here with you the whole way. And now we are each other's brothers and sisters, and we can help each other through this. I think it's just creating more awareness and connectiveness between all communities. Do I think that this shit's going to end up like, okay, no one's racist tomorrow because all these protests? No. But I think it's creating a sense of connectiveness. And I think that that's what we can ask for. And we just want people to get convicted when they're doing weird shit.
Right. Like the Jeffrey Epstein stuff, man.
Bro.
Dude. I'm just like, I watched that documentary, and whatever you think about Jeffrey Epstein, whatever, but his girlfriend.
Trash.
What the hell?
Trickety trash.
Why isn't she in jail? Why isn't she arrested?
She's white. Look at fucking Bill Cosby. Like, he got arrested immediately. Like, R. Kelly, like, they crucify Black people. But Jeffrey Epstein, it's
crazy, man.
It's insane. Yeah, I don't know. Being from the Midwest is just like, you think you growing up in Minnesota that you don't really like, I didn't really experience a whole lot of racism. Like, obviously, like, I've heard racist jokes and like my family has dealt with it, but I personally haven't been like, ever called the N-word because of the generation that I lived in and the community that I lived in. Like, we were fine, but that doesn't make me less, sensitive to other people who are going through things because they look like me. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's so interesting that I'm from Minnesota, dude. Like, and that shit happened in my hometown. Like, what? Like, that is not, I would have never, ever thought that. Ever. I mean,
it always hits a little different when it's your hometown
100%.
and you see people on the news.
Dude, my brother was on the news yesterday.
Because then you're like,
what?
You're like, damn.
Like, yo, shit's real.
This is real. Yeah. That's what I did not expect.
Yeah.
Buildings in LA
to
be burning down because of something that happened in Minnesota. I just didn't expect that. And for it to be happening all across the
it's
country.
Happening in Berlin and Ireland right now.
Are you serious?
I swear to God, I just saw it released on MSNBC today.
But like looting and burning and
everything. Black Lives Matter. All of it. Look, Amber Alert. Boop. That means get your ass in the house by 8 p.m. What does it say, babe? That's an Amber Alert, you guys. What does it say? 6 p.m. curfew.
Yo, it's not even nighttime at 6 p.m.
Yeah, Santa Monica has a curfew of 4 p.m. right now.
Yo, this is what I'm talking about. Like, where in the Constitution does it say you can shut down an entire city?
Well, maybe we're under martial law and we don't even realize it.
With what time is it? 5?
I mean, this is what happens.
You can tell me an hour before. What if I got plans? What if I'm running something? Yeah. What if I'm doing something important?
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm telling you.
And now I have to be home in an hour.
We have to be under martial law, dude, for this to be even legal.
But this is what I'm saying. We're controlled by our smartphones. What happens? We all go to landlines. What are we control? Are we as controlled, or we have more freedom? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, you see it. You see Facebook. You see Mark Zuckerberg, and They're pulling stuff down. They're swaying their networking sites in a political way.
Yeah. Social media is a new wave, man. It's a new wave. It's crazy.
So what should we believe?
I don't know. I think this is a fucking simulation. So like, I don't even want to get started on that shit. It's like, this is very conveniently timed, don't you think?
And now coronavirus is over.
Yeah, she's over. Coronavirus is canceled.
It's officially
Carol
over.
Baskins.
Carol Baskins.
COVID canceled.
We're going to dinner with Carol Baskins tomorrow.
No, we ain't. Oh my God. What the hell does that say? Another? My headphones died, babe. Baby. My headphones died. You want to hand me those white ones? Thank you.
Here's the like.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess it's good timing. We just had 2 Amber Alerts while we're doing the podcast saying a curfew is enacted from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Half of the day. And what if I want to wake up at 4 a.m. and work out? What if I want to wake up early and take a run?
But what does that
There's
mean
no
exactly?
gyms open. That means you can't leave. You can't leave the house. But they can't. Like, what is this? Like, what world are we living in right now? 12 hours. That's 12 hours.
What if you have to go to work though?
We're in California. We're still shelter in place.
Nah.
Yeah. What if you work at Starbucks? What if you work at Coffee Bean, a donut shop? You got to be there early. You know what I'm saying? Starbucks, you got to be there hella early.
I mean, I don't think they're like pulling people over on the road. I think they're pulling over people who are walking, protesting. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's like average civilians who are just like walking their dog.
Right. But that's why I'm interested in
how they're like
the legal.
Yeah.
Aspect
we should ask a lawyer.
Yeah.
I'll look you and
I'm
ask
gonna hit up my lawyer.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well let's get into talking about what it was like growing up in the Midwest. Because you're from Missouri.
Yeah, Missouri. Gotta love Missouri. I'm assuming it was similar.
Yo, Missouri's mad fucking racist. Not all of it, but I'm saying.
No, it was. I went to high school. People drove trucks with Confederate flags on the trucks.
Trash.
Nobody said anything. It was like people, like, I remember being like, what is going on? But nobody was like enraged. Nobody was trying to like stop it.
Yeah.
It was just a thing that everyone just accepted.
That's the problem.
The school was pretty much like, it was a suburb, so it was like half country hick people and then half,
inner city.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was about half and half.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just it's so weird how much has changed in 10 years time. But even the Midwest now, I don't even know. Do you think people would care? Not that they wouldn't care, but I'm just saying.
What do you mean care?
LA is just such a different place than the Midwest. We forget because we've been here for so long.
Yeah.
It's like you go back and you're like, whoa, culture is just so
It is
different.
It is
so
different. It's very small towny vibes. Like growing up in Minnesota, I know everybody. Like everybody who's like kind of in the music industry or like kind of like in the nightlife or like black and cool or like in fashion, like we all know each other, which is like tight. You know what I mean? But like it's definitely a different vibe. Definitely different vibe. But yeah, I mean like growing up in Minnesota versus LA, like the differences. I don't know.
Way more judgment.
In LA.
No, in Missouri.
Oh, okay.
LA is judgment if you're basic.
Nah, LA is mad judgy.
Midwest is judgment if you're different.
100%. Wow, fucking bars, bro.
Yeah. No, it's true. Because I always wanted to be different. I always wanted to stand out. I'm an Aquarius. I hate like following.
God, you're an Aquarius?
Oh my God, me too.
Oh my God, me too. We're both Aquarius.
Hey, mom.
We're dating the same person. We're like dating ourselves is really hard sometimes.
Hello.
Just kidding.
But people, they will let you know.
Yeah.
If you're standing out, even just for a day.
Yeah.
Like, yo, what are you doing? Like, that makes them uncomfortable. That's the difference.
Yeah, because you know what?
People being weird makes, if you're in the Midwest.
Yeah, because they low-key want to be weird too, but just don't know how. And don't have the courage to do that shit. Duh.
They just feel like it's wrong. Like they feel like something bad's going to happen if it's against the status quo. And I was the kind of person that wanted to be outside the status quo.
Same.
Just to do it. Not even if it was right for me to do it, just to do it. And I remember.
Growing up in the Midwest. Shit gets weird.
I remember making the decision to move to LA, and every single person I talked to said, don't do it. You don't want to move to LA. Dude, it's so dangerous there.
Dude. Rusty?
No, not even Rusty. Just random people, like everybody. And I lived in St. Louis.
Yeah.
East St. Louis is one of the most dangerous places in the world. And they're telling me, don't move to LA. It's really dangerous over there.
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't even know. You don't even, you're just pulling information out of your butt.
Well, change scares people, and people who are doing better, wanting to, change scares people because it makes them feel like they're not doing enough. So it's like they project that onto you, hoping that you can stay down in the same fucking barrel with them. And you're like, nah, I'm out of here.
And there was a little bit of fear moving
100%
to LA, but I wasn't on that same belief system of like, I was like, why is LA more dangerous?
Right. So I've established this little list. I've asked a couple people about like tips and tricks before making that move. Because I feel like there's a lot of people who want to move to New York or to Los Angeles. And there's a couple things that, I think that you should know. So first one, save your money before you get here.
I saved about $3,000.
Okay, I definitely have 1,000.
This is in
and a car.
2012. $3,000 and had a car.
Yep.
This was 2012. So maybe you'd want to save $4,000 or $5,000. I don't know.
Yeah. Because now thinking back, 1,000 is like $1 out here.
Yeah. Get roommates.
Yep. Get roommates. I have that on the list. And then do your research. Like, where do you want to live? How much can you afford? You know what I mean? Because there's different areas. Like, are you a hipster? Do you want to live in Silver Lake? Or are you more like Artie and you want to live downtown? Or like, are you about the club life, like that promoter life, and you want to live in WeHo?
I don't know if Silver Lake is like a starter LA.
Oh,
play.
Hell no, it ain't.
That's like, you got to work your way up.
Nah, we don't even live in Silver Lake. And we're doing pretty well for ourselves.
Overpriced peanut butter jelly sandwiches in there.
Yeah, like matcha lattes.
$15.
Like fucking sea foam and
$20 salads.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's a lot.
You want to live in the valley or something.
Yeah, for real. You want to start off in the valley for sure. Hawthorne, Torrance maybe, or like a little bit of Van Nuys,
Yo, Van Nuys is... No, it's,
nah.
It's been on the up and up.
Mad boring.
It's on the up and up.
Yeah, but it's boring.
They got good Mexican food there.
They do.
They have Starbucks now.
Shit's boring though. Shit's desolate.
Norms.
And I will say this, if you guys don't know this, the valley gets so much hotter than anywhere else in California. It's like always like 5 or 6 degrees hotter, and it's like,
Let's go 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 10 just to be safe. Definitely 10. Okay, I think this is important. Set a date that you want to move and stick to it.
Yeah, just do it. Just jump in.
Do that shit. Like, and then don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone, because it's like people will try to convince you not to move. Don't tell people. Like, don't tell people your goals, because they just will talk you out of it.
I definitely remember I stopped telling people after I heard like the 50th person that told me not to do it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, but after it was like, based off of what? What information? They're just like, I don't know, just from what I heard.
What I see on Love and Hip Hop.
Oh, because I see a lot of stuff on the news. It's like, if anything bad happens in LA or New York, it's going to get picked up on the news over any other city. They're the biggest cities in the country. People love to talk about them. So it's like people think LA, New York is more dangerous than other cities, and it's not even true.
Yeah, I agree.
There's such a big city in LA. It's like,
I want to say this last one or second to last one, because this is how I feel, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a thing. But like, I feel like you should drive yourself to LA. Like,
just to get the experience.
Yeah, I feel like it's a rite of passage. Like, get in your car and drive.
The 34-hour drive from St. Louis. I did it twice. I'll give you a couple of tips and tricks that I did the second time I drove.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to spend like $200 or $300 on the trip, gas or whatever. So this is probably illegal. It's definitely illegal, but I just did it.
What you about to say?
And you could probably get away with it. So I would drive through the night.
Okay.
About 6, 7, 8, 9 a.m. through that range. I would stop at a hotel wherever I was.
And park your car and sleep in your car?
Park my car. And I'm getting that continental breakfast. Nobody's stopping you. Nobody's stopping you. You get a free breakfast every day. I'm telling you.
Serious? You did that?
I did that 3 days in a row on the drive.
Baby.
I didn't stay in the hotel. I slept in my car. I got the free continental breakfast, Holiday Inn.
I knew you were going to say Holiday Inn.
I mean, it was different every time.
Okay, so wait, you just pulling up in the hotel?
Yeah, nobody stops you. Because if you ever thought about that, think about every time you stayed at a hotel. You wake up in the morning, you walk downstairs, you go to the breakfast.
Yeah, but
they ain't checking.
Okay.
There's no survey. There's no check. There's not. No, there's not.
That deluxe breakfast, though, they're like, can I get your room number or something? You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay, where are you staying? The Hilton? Like,
sorry.
No,
I
nobody's
staying in no motherfucking Holiday Inn.
Nobody's checking. I'm telling you.
Okay, yeah, I get that.
I got bagels, donuts, yogurt,
And were you packing
bananas.
Were you packing a little to-go bag, like a little?
Yeah, I was going in. That was my meals.
I love that.
Sleeping in Whataburger parking lots in Texas because they're 24 hours.
Whataburger or Whataburger?
Probably Whataburger. Whataburger.
I don't know. You said Whata, like what?
Whataburger.
What Whata?
Yeah, you just find the nicest 24-hour spot.
Wow, look at that, man.
Sleep in the park. Maybe a Walmart.
That's a great tip.
Walmarts are nice to sleep in the parking lots because they're 24 hours. Nobody's gonna mess with you.
Yeah.
You're like, what? Oh, I just fell asleep. I was gonna go buy something. It's all good.
For sure. You got some? Do you have something in that cup?
I ain't got drink in my cup.
You know, it's gone.
It's all gone.
It's not.
It's all gone.
Oh, okay, fine.
Sorry.
And then the last one I have on here is manage your expectations because shit is expensive.
It's expensive. Okay. This was the other thing. Like, if you're in the Midwest, people are like, first off, LA's so dangerous. You should be worried, right? That's number one. Number two is LA's so expensive. Like, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let me tell you something about like income. It's all relative, right? And people don't think about this. And I had to experience this moving because I had no idea.
Yeah.
If you live in LA and you get a job, you're going to make more money than you will if you live in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Just to give you an example, as a waiter, I worked as a waiter for like 2 or 3 years when I first moved to LA. I was probably making like 60, 70 grand a year.
Same,
like
yeah.
3, 4, 5 grand if it was a really great month per month.
Yeah.
Because I'm making mad tips. I'm making $300 a night, maybe more. And I'm hustling. I'm working 5 days a week. But like, if say you work, obviously this is like a lower level restaurant, but
Denny's.
Say you work Denny's, Steak and Shake in Missouri.
Yeah.
They are legally allowed
$2 an hour
to pay you like $3 an hour, lower than minimum wage.
Yeah.
Because they don't do that in LA. They can't do that in LA.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
So people don't think about this, but everything's relative.
Right.
So when you're looking at your money and you're like, damn, I need to save $5 grand to move to LA. And you're like, yeah, you need to save $5 grand, but once you get out there, you get a job, minimum wage is higher here.
Yeah.
Being a server, you're going to make more money here.
Right.
You're being a server for celebrities, big CEOs, big entertainment people. They're going to tip more.
Yeah.
They're going to tip more than the average middle class person in Minnesota who's 100%. Like, they're not going to give you a $100 tip or like, you know, I used to be a server at Universal City Walk, and sometimes it'd be like, you know, a high up executive at Universal, and he's tipping good because he knows he's in there like every week, and he wants, you know, so you don't really get that. You don't really get that in Missouri.
True. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, making that bread. Okay, yeah. So I have compiled this list of how to survive in LA, and I've been asking all of my friends. One of my friends is like the VP of Def Jam, and one of my friends is an artist, and my Uber driver on the way here. And just like I asked him, I was like, "Fuck it, can you give me some tips?" And so I just,
like the last minute cram for the quiz.
Oh no!
You're like studying, right?
Like, no, I was just like, yo, what a different perspective of somebody that I wouldn't normally meet. Middle-aged man, you know, white guy, older.
That's the other thing too. Like Uber, Post, like that stuff wasn't really a thing in 2012 when I moved. Like I moved and I was like, Cold Stone Creamery, you're hiring? Like now it's like if you really want to hustle,
you can get that bread.
You can come out. You can do all three.
Yeah. Honestly,
people are making money.
If you look on Craigslist, you can be someone's personal assistant. Like,
yeah, they make good money.
They make good money. Like, so, okay, so this is like this little list I've compiled, and we can talk about these, but I'm just going to tell you them because I put a lot of work into them, and I really, really think they're really cool.
Wow, look at that list.
Okay, so how to survive in LA. First one, stop turning up so damn much and let people buy you some drinks.
if you a cute girl. Yeah. Honestly, though, like, I remember being a cute guy back in the day, 21 years old, fresh in LA. Girls would buy me drinks. Yeah. So if you a cute guy, you got a full head of hair, like you
I'm
like
sure the hair.
you working it. You got some corny but cute dance moves. Like girls would buy you drinks. Yeah. Girls used to buy me drinks.
Oh God.
I don't go out anymore. I'm a DJ, so I get free drinks now. But
yeah, for sure. I actually have on this list Uber Eats, Postmates, and server jobs are always available, which is you just said. Get a roommate if you're trying to save money.
Hella roommates.
I'm not with that movement, but you got to do you.
I had 9 roommates.
I'm not into it. You do
in
it.
a 4-bedroom house.
Ick.
You can make your rent cheap here.
Yeah, saying. You can. And if you're a guy like and you're hustling, do it. Love it. Support it. Okay, don't get caught up in the weird ass shit out here. There's some weird shit going on out here. There's definitely a lot of like a profound.
You might need to expand on that.
Okay, yeah. There's a profound use of drugs here. There is a profound.
But do you think
community of prostitution? I'm just saying. Just so that we don't have to get into it. Yeah, it's happening everywhere. I know you're going to say. But what I'm saying is just like, it is definitely intensified. It's definitely glorified here.
I'm just saying that
going to parties in the hills. You know, it's like, just don't get caught up in it. There are places in
Missouri that are the #1 meth capitals of the world.
But you know what, though? You're not going to that place, though, if you live in Missouri. Like, somebody like you would not go to a meth lab. You would go to a party in the hills, though, in LA, and be sucked into fucking bomb bitches giving you coke. It's like... There's a difference. So I'm saying it's just like you got to be very careful because it's so like all this glitz and glam and like now you're partying with like Leonardo DiCaprio or some shit and like you're in a house like until 6 a.m. and like you're doing hella drugs and it's like I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm saying just don't get caught up in it. You know, have your fun, but like be careful. Sorry. This one when I wrote this, I thought of you. Donate blood for money.
Oh,
plasma. I thought about you when I wrote that. Yeah, so donate your plasma because that's a thing for here, you know?
Yo, I was 18, 19 in Missouri. I signed up for these. It was a generic drug testing facility. So they would take, say, a sleep medication like Ambien, make a generic form of it,
and test it on
then test it on people, and they would pay you.
Kitty, you did that.
$1,500 for 3 days of work. At the time, I was 18, 10 years ago. I was like, that's pretty good money. I wasn't making $1,500 in a week.
Goddamn. So you did it?
So I went.
So your babies are gonna come out weird?
They were gonna test me to see if I was healthy enough to do it.
Yeah.
They're taking my blood. They got like 3 little vials. I'm thinking the coast is clear. I'm a healthy guy. I got this in the bag. I'm spinning in my chair like, what up? Next thing I know, I'm waking up in another room. I passed out in the middle of the entire clinic. People are freaking out. They're giving me crackers and Sprite. And they're saying, I'm very sorry to tell you this.
They still pay you?
You disqualified for the medical.
So they took your shit or what?
I didn't get paid anything.
I'm like, I'm going to need my blood back.
They're like, you're going to need to call somebody to drive home. We can't let you drive home.
You little baby. Oh, my goodness.
So I don't know. I don't know where that industry's at, but it used to be a thing. You used to be able to make money,
I feel like.
Or the sperm banks. They got some of those out here.
No, I am not with that movement. I mean, do you? I don't know how I feel about that.
On the low.
I don't know how I feel about that. But, okay, another one is choosing to shop at Foods for Less versus Whole Foods.
Foods for Less? I don't even know what that is.
Where's my dun-dun-dun-dun
I'm more of a Ralph's
sound?
kind of guy. Vons.
Yeah, no, but Foods for Less is amazing. Like, it's not low quality. It's
Costco?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, Whole Foods, don't get caught up in the hype because everybody trying to be cute going to Whole Foods and at the juice bar. No, that shit is overhyped and it's so expensive. It's so expensive. This is one that Matt loves, but I don't love. Taking that nasty ass metro train.
That's a good tip because nobody in LA takes it. It's not even nasty like that.
For good reason.
If you take it in New York, you should be taking it in LA because
no.
You should though.
Absolutely.
Why?
No,
Why?
No,
so you take
no. Fuck no.
You take it in New York. You're
Babe.
packed in like a sausage.
No. The people that
like
take
an
the
animal
train,
at the zoo.
The people that take the train in New York are normal people, average working people who are like
same in LA.
That shit is mad sus, dude.
No, it's the same in LA. It's people going to work, and then you have 2% of the people that are weirdos. It's the same as New York.
I don't know if I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that, babe. Because no one takes it.
It's because there's less people, so you see it more. It's like if you're packed in a train, there's like 100 people, and there's a couple weirdos, you're not going to see them. But in LA, there's like 10 people per train. There's a weirdo, and you're like, all right, that dude's creeping me out. He keeps staring at me.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, I've had some magical moments on the LA metro.
Yeah.
It's $1. You go from the Valley all the way to Hollywood. You can go all the way downtown if you want. Take it to Staples Center. Go catch a game. Catch the Clippers for $1. Or you want to take an Uber and pay $15-$20.
That's why I put it on the list, because I feel you. I'm with you, babe. I'm with you.
And nobody likes to take the bus, okay?
Ain't nobody
I was
on the
there.
bus.
When I first moved to LA.
Oh, you on the bus, baby?
I was taking the bus for my first job that I had in LA. And I had to be there early. I had to be there like 6 or 7 a.m. So I was waking up at like 5 a.m. because it would take me an hour and a half to go from the Valley to like Santa Monica or something like that. The bus is so slow.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's bad in LA.
I'm not into it.
Only take the bus if you're going somewhere short.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Or don't take the bus. Okay. This one is really important, and this was the one that I got from everybody because I sent out a mass text message and I put it on my Instagram. This is the one that everyone said. And this is make a really good friend group.
Yeah. Especially,
get your people together.
Especially if they're people that just moved there too.
Yeah.
Because then you can relate to them. I would say this. I kind of thought of this earlier, but if you do move to LA, you have to stay here for more than 6 months.
Yes. Yes.
And if you actually want to succeed in LA, you got to stay here for more than 5 years. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Same. How long have you been here?
I've been here for since 2012. 8 years.
8 years. I've been here for 6. So yeah, you're right.
You're not going to be successful unless you're here for more than 5 years.
You got to put in the work.
I've had so many people come here. They leave after like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
And like, I'm actually looking at them like, you didn't
even try.
I'm like, first off, you actually made progress.
Yeah.
You just can't see it.
Yeah.
Because think about it. You gotta think logically about this. So many people trying to move to LA or New York or whatever these cities are, and they're trying to hustle.
Yeah.
And you're gonna come out here and put in 3 months of work and expect to be
like
making money?
Yeah.
No. Come on. Right. That's not how it works.
Yeah. 100%. I agree.
But
I agree.
But knowing that, if you know a lot of people come here, they move. So many people move out to LA. They come here for like 3 or 4 months. They move away. If you just stick around, people see your face enough.
This is why you need a good friend group to like support you and help you and talk to you and like, bounce ideas off. And like, that's really important. And I feel like a lot of my success has been because I've had some really good girlfriends living here. And sometimes you just need that support as a woman. You're like, yo, I need someone to talk to, like with dating and everything that goes on. So finding your friend group, even people who are doing the same thing as you and creating content with them. And like, that's just the best. It's the best, Oh,
I know.
He know. Okay, this is another important one. Read the motherfucking parking signs.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
How much money have I spent on parking tickets?
They took my car. Remember I told you? They took my fucking Impala because I had like $10,000 worth of tickets. Because they double and they triple every time you don't pay them. And all these streets, like when you live in a nice neighborhood, are permit parking. So it's like if you don't have a permit to be on that street, you're getting a ticket or you're getting towed.
So probably 2013, 2014, I was living in Burbank and I was living in an apartment. So there was no parking, like individual parking, just street parking. 2 sides of the street. One side, every Thursday was street cleaning. The other side, every Tuesday.
Yeah.
So twice a week, I was paying $80.
Oh, you didn't move your car?
No, I would park and then I'd be like, oh God, I gotta move it.
Waking up and shit, like, oh fuck.
Because trust me, they're on it. They're on it right.
100%.
Right when the sun comes up or right when that
they low-key
midnight hits. Yeah, they're coming. They're coming for you. They don't care.
They are.
There's no like, oh, it's only been a couple hours of of Tuesday.
Yeah.
I can move my car real quick. Nah, it's like I'm coming home from a long day of work. I park my car and then I forget, oh, the next day is Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a ticket.
Exactly. No, I know. Or coming home work from like late at work and you're like, oh my God, it's like 4 a.m. I just got off my service shift. You know what I mean? I have to be up at 7. No.
And trust me, there ain't no park. Like you come home late at night, all the parking's
When I lived
gone.
in
So where are you
Koreatown-
going to park?
Oh my God.
You got no choice but to just give me that ticket.
And you're like, you know what? Fuck it. Like I'm tired. I just got off work.
Or your mind is like, I'll wake myself up.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
I'll be fine. I'll set an alarm. I'll set an
dude.
alarm. You wake up a couple hours late. You got a ticket.
Dude, living in Koreatown was the freaking worst for parking tickets. It was the worst. Like they are on it over there. I feel like they're on it everywhere, but something about Koreatown that just really just did me in. I have emotional baggage with Koreatown. Sorry, it's really close to home. Okay, a couple more. Learn the back streets. Stay the fuck off the 10 and the 405. Dude,
Yeah.
the 405 is the worst. 405 North and the 10 East, mid-city, don't do it. Learn the back streets. Learn how to take Bundy all the way down to Venice. Do you know what I mean? Or learn how to take like side streets downtown 8th Street so that you don't have to like get on the freeway to Silver Lake.
Just download Waze.
Yeah, download Waze. But you know what? Waze, they'll keep having you do some extra shit. It's like, take a left here, then take a right. So you can save 1 minute. It's like, bro, you're giving me anxiety.
You hear about the guy? He totally played Waze. He had like all these phones basically going off, tricking Waze into thinking there was hella traffic on the street, but it was just like people just on their bikes.
What was he doing?
Triggering.
Why are you
So everybody avoided that street.
Okay.
He was just trying to experiment. I think he had like a cart full of like 200 phones.
Yeah.
So they were all pinging the satellite in the same spot. So it's
Yeah.
like, oh, it's like a. Imagine if there's 200 cars in one intersection.
Yeah.
You're like, oh damn, I'm avoiding that street.
Yeah. This is a funny one that my friend DJ Zoe told me last night, and I had to put it on the list because it's like so random that like it's perfect. He said, "Put deodorant in your car." Do you know what I mean?
Wouldn't it melt?
I mean, I don't know. The point of it is put deodorant, a comb, and you know, cologne in your car because you got to be ready for anything in LA because you never know who you're gonna see, and that deodorant is key. Do you know what I mean? It's key. I thought it was cute.
Yeah, I've been stanking sometimes.
You do.
I've been feeling that.
Okay. And then, another one. You just got to be careful with talking shit because it's real small out here. You know, it's just small. And like, especially when in the music industry or something like that, you just got to be careful like who you're talking to and who you're talking about because everybody knows everybody.
Yeah, and people have contracts and stuff. So sometimes they might be like, yeah, like he's not really my friend, but
Right.
he pays some of my bills. So,
So,
you talk smack on him. So
Right.
now I can't be seen with you.
Exactly. It's like, I don't really want to cut you off, but like I have to.
I kind of have to, like,
Right.
if I want my money to be good,
Yeah.
to be straight.
And that's what it is. Here's the business. And then the last one that I'll say is networking is your new middle name when you move to LA.
Courtney Networking Granberry.
That's me. You
So-
have
so-
to
so-
network, you know? It's important.
Or just get a friend that's very social that can help you network.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Just realize you're going to have to network out here. Your Instagram is your new portfolio, unfortunately.
Content.
Content queen. Yeah, I mean, that's the really good ones that I got from that list. Do you have anything? Oh, you know what Melanie told me? Melanie's an amazing songwriter, Melanie and Lindgren. She told me, she wrote me a really long message yesterday, and I want to make sure I include her because I like her a lot. And she's so
Melanie
sweet.
Fontana.
And she's so pretty and she's so sweet and she's so nice.
Okay, and so Melanie told me that to remember that that comparison is the thief of joy and to get the fuck off Instagram. That's what she told me.
Yeah, just put your phone on an airplane mode.
Yeah.
Man.
You know.
Do your do you with what you have.
Exactly. Agreed.
You never know what's going to happen, you know.
True.
I've done so many jobs here in LA.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many opportunities here in LA that don't exist in the Midwest.
So many.
I was a superhero for a while.
He was a Spider-Man.
I didn't know that was a thing. I was Superman, Spider-Man, Woody from Toy Story,
Yeah.
a ninja or a
Yeah.
Ninjago, which is like a Lego ninja.
I don't like that name.
A Ninjago. You're like, that sounds sus.
I don't like that shit.
It's a kid's thing. I
It's
don't
like
know.
Django with like the N word mixed in. I don't like that shit.
Ninjango.
I don't like that.
I was having kids breaking wooden boards. They were like pre-cut.
Yeah.
So the kids thought they were stronger than they were.
It's funny because like we both had jobs that are like you have to interact with celebrities. Like I was a PA for a while for like the Grammys and stuff. That was a fun job. And then working at the Soho House and like basically like being a personal assistant daily to like celebrities. And then you were like Santa at that party. Then you served like at the Hadid house.
Yeah, guys, I had a job, a skinny white guy right now, skinny young white guy.
Skinny, cute, young white guy.
I had a job as Santa in LA.
You have a picture with Rashida Jones.
That wouldn't be happening in Missouri. There's a lot of overweight guys in Missouri. I would be out of the job.
But you know what?
Here in LA, everyone's worried about their health and they're worried. They're like, we don't have anyone else. We need you.
But those people in Missouri are happy because what's that place that I love so much with the fried ravioli?
I love it.
Cecil Whitaker's.
Fucking shout out Cecil Whitaker's. I love it. So they're happy in Missouri. They're living their best lives.
Yeah.
You know, some people don't want to be celebrities and be skinny and move to LA and like have to like network and stuff. Some people just want to live their best lives with their 10 kids, have 2 dogs, be a teacher and like be happy. And I'm like, do you?
Shout out Emo's Pizza with the fried ravioli and the St. Louis style pizza.
Ooh, I'm hungry.
They cut it up in the small little squares. So
I love those squares.
So visually, you're just never satisfied.
Are you a ranch dipper or no?
Hell yeah.
Okay, cool. Because you know, some people don't like that.
That's why they cut it so small. So you just be like all about the sauce.
Woo, baby.
All about the sauce and the provolone cheese and the toppings.
You already know.
And it's like visually, you can eat a whole pizza because you're eating like bite-sized little.
Exactly. Who's keeping track?
Crazy.
We keep looking at the clock. Are we?
No, I'm good.
Are we good? Okay, cool.
Trying to go for a record here.
Jesus. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I don't know. Missouri's cool.
I'm going to so because we both had jobs before our current jobs, you know, working our way up in LA, maybe we can say some of our most interesting celebrity encounters. Because I was a server in Universal City Walk. And every once in a while, there was some celebrities that would come through. But my most interesting celebrity encounter that I'm thinking of right at the top of my dome was Judge Joe Brown during the middle of the day.
Please tell me he was nice to you.
He was so nice. He's actually from the South. He's
Love
from
him.
Mississippi or something. And he's only in LA just to like film his show and then he goes home.
I love him.
So he's just living the life.
Where's he from? Tennessee or something?
I think Mississippi or something.
Should I look it up?
Should look it up. And he was with one other person. It was a woman. And
was it his wife?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Black?
I'm putting him on blast right now. He was explaining how wormholes work, and he was drawing a diagram on a napkin.
He's from Tennessee.
Tennessee. There you
Did
go.
I just say that?
You guessed it.
Oh my God, I love him.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Even celebrity judges are interested in space travel and
Interesting.
and wormholes.
That's cool. Yeah, he seems like somebody that I would really like to meet. Gosh, what's mine? I have way too many working at the Soho House in Malibu. What's one that I can say on a podcast? God. Oh, okay.
Were they going to come after you?
No, I mean, but you just never know. I might be rubbing shoulders with these people, and I don't want to be like, I don't know. Okay, so this one is not about working at the Soho House, but I was like 19, and was I in Georgia or was I in LA? I think I was in Georgia, and I was PAing, personal assisting for the award shows. I think it was the Grammys. Or was it? No, it was the Hip Hop Awards. It was the Hip Hop Awards in Atlanta. And I was backstage, and I saw this guy, and I thought he was super hot, and I thought it was Jeremiah. And I'm like, oh my God. And like, I'm 19. I'm like, oh my God. You know, this is when Jeremiah was like popping.
Chicago.
You know, he was like tight. So I see Jeremiah walking, and I'm like staring at him. I'm like, oh my God, he's so hot. And then all of a sudden, I didn't realize he was holding Nicki Minaj's hand. And then I didn't realize it wasn't Jeremiah, it was Safari. So I'm like, they look so much alike that I was just like, is that? And then so all of a sudden I hear Nicki Minaj go, damn, somebody's looking at you. And I was mortified. I was like, oh my God.
And she knocked you out.
No, she didn't do shit. But I'm just saying, she was just like, damn, somebody's looking at you. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Like, she just totally called me out for like checking out her boyfriend. But I'm like, girl, I'm 19. Like, I don't want your man. And I'm like, you're obviously Nicki Minaj. Like, I'm just standing here. Like, what? Why did you have to do that? Like, you didn't have to be mean. She's like, damn, somebody's looking at you. It's like, girl.
Maybe it was like a positive thing.
No, it wasn't.
Maybe it was like, she usually gets all the attention. Somebody's looking at him.
Nah. Look, I'm a black girl. She a black girl. I felt the vibe. It wasn't no nice shit. It wasn't. I would tell you. I would never like clown her if she wasn't like giving me some weird vibe. She definitely was on some like, you know.
Damn, Nicki.
Yeah.
She probably don't care anymore.
100%. She doesn't give a fuck.
She with Meek Mill or whoever.
No, she's definitely not with Meek Mill. What the fuck? Oh my God.
Is that a world tour or a girls tour?
Yeah. That's Drake on the Meek Mill diss, but you know. Yeah, I feel him. Damn. I forgot about Nicki Minaj and Meek Mill.
They did a world tour together, guys.
Get your coin. As black people like to say, get your coin, sis.
Get the bag.
Get the bag, sis. But yeah, so that was my weird celebrity interaction. I've had lots. The coolest person I've ever met, probably either Mick from Fleetwood Mac or Arnold Schwarzenegger or Zoe Saldana, who was a complete bitch. But
what did she do?
She just wouldn't look at me.
Why?
I don't know.
Maybe she was nervous. What was the setting?
She was sitting with her kids. There was nobody else in the dining room. We're at Soho House. Her husband is ordering for her, and I'm dealing with him, and so he's speaking to me back and forth, and he ordered something for her, but he had to step away or like was dealing with the kids. I'm like, just want to make sure. Did you want that medium rare? Because I think she maybe like ordered, I don't know, whatever. I had to ask her a question, and she just like did not look at me, and she looks at him, and she answers to him, and he has to turn around and tell me, and I was just like, am I in the Twilight Zone? Like, what the is this?
It's so weird when you have that kind of behavior in the Soho House. It's like a private club. Like, you have to have membership and a fee and all that.
And
it's
you know what? They don't play that shit. Like, the Soho House isn't like, oh, we need celebrities. Like, we'll do anything for you. They're like, nah. If you get like a couple complaints like about your behavior in the Soho House, they'll put you on like timeout, like suspension. Like, if you're acting crazy, if you're in there turning up, not paying your bill, like acting weird, doing, crazy shit, they will suspend you. And so it's always interesting to me when, like, they act a fool. And I'm like, all right, do you?
What goes around comes back around.
Yeah, it's just weird.
So we sell down Guardians of the Galaxy.
Don't let me catch you in the street. Just kidding.
She got that fight training, though, so.
She do, though, huh?
Watch for that backhand.
Wait, does she, though?
Guardians of the Galaxy, she plays
She ain't doing her own shit.
Gamora.
Nah, she ain't doing her own
Choreography, though.
shit. Nah.
She could fake it.
If it was like Michelle Rodriguez, I would definitely not be talking shit. I'd be like, all right, fuck it. Like, I don't know.
She look angry all the time.
No, she just looks like she could just like throw down. Zoe Saldana, no. She's too skinny.
Because Michelle Rodriguez looks like she's never having it.
And she's like half of my weight. Like, girl, bye.
Like, have we ever seen her smile before?
No, we haven't. We definitely haven't.
She's like in love. She's like perfectly happy. And she's just like,
girl,
what do you mess want? You up.
Yeah, like, girl, stop. But yeah.
Are we're in love?
Yeah, we're in love.
If you guys don't know that,
We don't really talk about that, but we're in love.
I feel like should we touch on just the state of the world or what's happening or what's gonna happen or just messages we want for the youth.
I think people should just like, listen, let's just like show a little compassion toward each other and just like hug each other and just like be kind, because we're dealing with a lot, and it's just like love defeats everything. It's like, I don't know. Just love each other a little more. I think we'll be fine. I think everything is going to be fine. I always do. I always want to put the positive like vibes out there. We just need to love on each other a little bit more.
I do want to hear your opinion on this Joe Biden stuff.
Okay, as far as what?
We don't talk about politics too much, but...
Because I don't know as much as you.
Right. So, Charlemagne the God, you're familiar with him.
I did see that. He interviewed him. Yes, I did see that. I love CT. Shout out Charlemagne the God.
If
privilege.
you are hung up between Trump and Joe Biden, this is Joe Biden's words.
Yeah.
And you can't make a decision and you don't want to choose Joe Biden over Trump, then you ain't black. Joe Biden's words. How do you feel about that? Because
I feel like that shit resonates a little bit. I mean, because at the end of the day, like this,
but shouldn't
he said you ain't black?
Joe Biden. He said, if you're choosing Trump over
First
him,
of all, look,
you ain't
Biden.
black.
First of all, Biden, you don't know what black is. Okay, so that ain't for him to be making that assumption.
Right.
Like, shut the fuck up. But I do understand where he's coming from, though. I get it.
He's essentially
Should he be saying that?
He's
No.
mirroring a lot of people's voices on social media.
Because he old as fuck and he don't know what else to do. He don't know how to act. He don't know how to be.
Right.
Like, unfortunately, he's just like going with what the cool people say. And Charlamagne the
But-
God is cool.
But as much as you want to vote to support a culture or a movement or whatever, there's a lot of people that vote on policies.
Okay.
So for you to assume that you're not black enough because you want to vote for Trump, it's kind of wrong, right? Like, and if you're
you know
white,
what,
you can't
though?
really make that assumption. So I'm just interested in where your head is with that idea, because you want to support the culture, and voting for Trump in a way isn't supporting the culture, it's going against. But if you're looking at it from a policy, like, for example, what if your dad voted for Trump?
By the way, my dad did vote for Trump.
You wouldn't say that he's not black for that.
Yes, the fuck I would.
Okay, well then
Me
there
and
we
my brother
go.
roasted his ass. And I'm sorry, I love you, Daddy. My dad is a very amazing black father. I fucking love my dad.
This is why this is like a divisive thing right now, because
Well, it's just like, come on,
it's
bruh.
not when when Obama had 2 terms, it was like so clear cut, it's like
Yeah.
he has.
And I don't know why my dad's voting for Trump anyway. It's not like he's in this tax bracket that's like he's getting tax cuts and like it's benefiting him to like, his like, I don't know. And my dad is married to a foreign woman who has a green card. Like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, what is my dad doing?
You're saying your mom's not a citizen?
Well, now she is because she's been married
Right,
for so
so
long.
she's good.
But
She's
yeah,
straight.
she's straight. I'm just saying. All I'm saying is like all the things that Trump stands for seems to be like, especially having black kids, foreign wife, not being a millionaire. It's like, what? I don't know. I should ask him like, what was your, why?
What was the policy that you?
I think my dad was just ready to see a little bit of a change as far as how this shit was run, because I feel like, Trump is a little more aggressive. And so I think that he was down with that. But I don't think he was realizing like what that could do for the culture.
But I'm just looking at it like, I don't love Joe Biden.
Yeah.
So to use a fear of being criticized,
Right.
like you guys are
To try and,
you guys are roasting your dad, right? That was Hillary versus Trump. So
Yeah.
maybe a little bit more clear of a decision in your guys' eyes.
Right.
But Joe Biden and Trump, 2 old
gonna
white
do?
guys, 2 really old white guys. Their policies are different, but they're not really that different.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel
So
like
to use that
Yeah.
to your advantage, it's not right.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. I understand how you feel, but at the same time it's like Trump ain't shit. And so like
You're like, whatever we gotta do.
whatever the fuck we gotta do to get his ass up out of there. I'm
Okay,
like,
cool. Because I wasn't sure if this was like,
He shouldn't be saying shit.
no, I wasn't sure if it's like, oh, this is over, like he just ruined it for himself, or if it was like, oh, because he's told it like it is, or at least in his mind, or at least what he's seen on social media,
Yeah.
maybe that makes him cooler. But obviously,
A little bit. I mean, like, express yourself, Joe Biden.
yeah, because people like Trump. People like
know?
Trump because he speaks his mind.
Yeah, but he's speaking some weird shit though. It's like the shit he's saying sometimes.
Right, he's on a certain side. He's on a
exactly.
certain political side. So I'm
Exactly.
saying if you're speaking your mind on the other side and you're trying to, you're going against Trump. So you got to
Yeah.
be vocal. You got to be edgy
For sure.
somewhat. If you're just going to be like how Hillary was, so like scripted, and so
Yeah.
you're not going to win. She lost, You can't just do the same.
Yeah, I just hope that, whatever happens to us in the next 10 years, it's like, and it's almost scary because you're like, do you want to bring kids into this shit? It's like the state of the world is insane.
How do you feel about, they've been saying this for a couple months now, but Joe Biden and his campaign, it's all, we want a black female to be my running mate. They haven't specified who.
Okay.
But how do you feel about that as far as, is
Are they using
that identity? Yeah, is that identity politics of just like, okay, you're going to say that before you even announce the person.
Nah, because you know what? At the same time,
you're obviously just trying to get a certain demo. You don't even care about the person.
Yeah, but you know what though? Is the fact that he's trying to get a certain demo worth more to me? The fact that a black woman is in there? Nah, I don't give a fuck about that shit. I'm more like solid on the idea. Like, all right, cool, a black woman's up in there. Like, however we had to get there, whatever he had to say, like persuade the vote, whatever he did to get that, I'm cool because at least the black woman's in there. You know what I mean? We don't have time to be worrying about that. Like we're getting the short end of the stick often. So it's like, if we can get it like that, I'm cool with it. Honestly, that's just how I feel. We need more black people in office. We need more representatives. We need more leaders that look like us. Like, you know, we need more Supreme Court justice judges. Like, yeah, anything for like more black people, I'm with it.
They're vetting Kamala Harris.
Okay.
She's you know her. They're vetting another girl. Her last name is Bottoms. She's from...
She got booty?
Keisha Bottoms. She's from...
Her name is not Keisha.
Swear to God.
Is she kind of like...
I don't know. She was an Orlando police chief.
Keisha Bottoms.
Yeah, look that up. Look that up.
Damn, I see her too. And she's spelled her name Keisha,
There
like
she
a real Keisha.
is. Keisha Lance Bottoms.
Wait, hold up.
They're vetting her.
She black?
She was she was like a police chief in Orlando, Florida, apparently.
Let me see what happened under her jurisdiction. And
Vice President Bottoms.
I'm trying to see what happened in her. She was a chief of police in
Apparently.
Florida. I'm trying to see what was happening under her watch though, because that's gonna be more of a tale of who type of girl she is. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was she letting go down up in there?
You think that will bring out the black vote if it's a female vice president, or you think it's kind of like because
black
it's a
people
vice?
ready to make a change, so we're like whoever, we with it.
You think it's more if it's a female,
Yeah.
or a male black? Like, what do you think will have more of a difference?
I think that the way that okay, well, God, this
Because
is really deep.
Hillary was the first female that was like running, and everyone thought like, wow, females are gonna go out, they're gonna support her. It just didn't happen. I think
because she's not really like the
she's
approachable.
sketchy.
She's mad sketchy. She's not like the approachable like woman that I'm like, yo, like I can identify with this woman. As a black woman, everyone can identify with that because you know how you feel when like you're at the grocery store and then like there's an older black lady and you don't have enough money to pay for your food and she lets it go and she goes, there you go, baby. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? That feeling.
It's like comforting.
It's comforting.
Take care of me.
Take care of you. You know what I'm saying? This is probably why a lot of white men date black women. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a sense of like comfort. There's a sense of like taken care of. You know?
Yeah, we get mad cuddles, that's for sure.
Oh God. For sure. I don't know. Yeah. So I'm in support of it. That would be amazing if she won. Or a black woman won. I mean,
You might have to push me to vote because I'm like all over this.
oh, we gonna vote.
I'm sick of all of it. I think it's all
Too.
rigged.
I just want to go to Africa for a little bit.
Where you want to go?
South Africa. I love South Africa
Again?
so much.
What about Kenya?
Yeah, I do want to go to Kenya. I do want to go to Nairobi. I do.
Egypt?
Not so
Come
much.
on.
Not so much. I would love to go to Morocco for sure.
Yeah.
I'm into it. Maybe because of the food, but yeah, I want to go to Kenya. Can you take me to Kenya?
Yeah, I'll take you.
Okay.
I got hella miles.
Yay. I'm going to Kenya, y'all. You guys heard it. So now we can't go
Y'all
back.
heard it here. You heard it here first.
She going to Kenya.
She on.
90 Day Fiance. It just reminds me of Kenya.
Oh God, Big Ed.
Trash ass. No, he get on my nerves.
He seems like a good guy.
No, he is annoying.
He gets a lot of hate on social media.
I'm sorry, but I'm not with it. I'm not with it.
If you were, say, living in Thailand,
Okay.
you meet a guy, American guy online.
Okay.
He's like 20 years older than you.
Okay.
What would you do? I mean,
am I poor?
you down for it?
Am I poor?
I think a lot of people in Thailand are poor compared to Americans.
Okay.
But that's this show is so interesting because you can tell that a lot of these people that are from different countries, they just assume Americans are all millionaires.
I mean, we kind of are,
and
though.
then it's a rude awakening, though.
Well, when the exchange rate is 48-1, it's like you kind of are a millionaire to them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, you can build a house in the Philippines for $7,000. Like, it's serious. So what would I do? Yeah, and especially like in her position that she has a child, Yeah, I'm definitely messing around with the rich white daddy, 100%, and getting up out of there.
He putting mayonnaise in his hair. You're like, oh.
I put mayonnaise in my hair.
Let me get a jar.
I put mayonnaise in my hair. Don't hate on that.
All right, next podcast, we put mayonnaise in your hair.
No, the fuck we ain't.
I want to see that.
Why?
I like seeing that scalp all moisturized.
You are not right.
Not right in the head?
No. Next podcast, we're putting mayo in my hair.
Give me low fat. Miracle Whip.
No. Ew. I hate Miracle Whip.
Why?
Sweet ass shit.
It tastes like thin.
Oh. There's like red specks in
Is
it.
it like aftertaste?
Did it used to hit though?
I used to eat Miracle Whip.
Maybe. Actually, no. You know
it was
what
supposed
I love?
to be healthy.
No, I love sandwich bread.
I don't know what that is.
It's a brand.
Educate me.
Okay, so it's basically just like relish and mayo, but like kind of like Miracle Whip, but it's a little bit of a thicker consistency, but it's good. You know, I like mayo a lot though. I'm not gonna lie. You know I do.
I feel that.
You know I do. Damn, we went from George
We going all
Floyd
around.
to 90 Day Fiance to mayo.
So now that like COVID is officially over, is that the thing? Like, is that just unanimous? It's canceled.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's over.
You canceled it.
It's over.
We're going on a real date in a restaurant
We are.
next week.
We are. My
You had a friend
my best
in
friends,
LA
yeah.
that went to a restaurant here in
Yes.
LA, ate in.
Yes, it's
Not
called.
he didn't eat outside.
Yeah, my friend Josh and my best friend Frankie went to a place called H&H Brazilian Steakhouse. So yeah, they said that it wasn't the same though because basically there was no one in there, so it felt like the ambiance wasn't right. But they said they drank and had cocktails and had fun and like they had to do like this tasting menu though. They said it was like $70 a piece.
They had to.
They
Why?
had to because that's all they were offering. They weren't allowing you to do a la carte situations because I feel like, you know, they just can't give you the open menu because there's not that many people ordering. So they can't really have all
Right,
of that.
that makes
You know what I
sense.
mean? So they said they spent like $200. So, I mean.
That seems like a nice place though. Like
Not really though. I mean, I don't know. But I'm just saying, I'm definitely down for like a little picnic vibe too and ordering food to go from a restaurant and then eating it at a picnic. I feel like that's just as nice.
yeah, we've been going around LA. We get food to go, and then the challenge is
Where do
we eat it? Just eating on the
We
side
don't
of
have
the
cars,
road.
by the way. We don't drive, so.
Well, even that. Okay, we're gonna eat in our car. We're gonna like drive 20 minutes back to the crib, and the food's cold. It's like.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So now I saw that LA is loosening their guidelines, allowing restaurants to basically put seating outdoors. They can even put it on sidewalks. They can put it in their parking lots. That way they can maintain the social distancing. I mean,
Yeah.
I think at this point people are just like, whatever, as long as I can drink at a bar or a restaurant.
Dude, I'm scared that when this shit opens
As long as I can go to a Mexican restaurant and get some like unlimited chips and salsa.
You love chips and salsa.
I'm just saying, why?
I love that's the thing you mentioned.
I'm just saying, if you're ordering in, that you can't
Love
get
that
that.
shit.
You can't get that unlimited.
Yeah, that's true. Dude, you know what I miss? I miss Chili's.
Chili's.
I used to work there.
back ribs.
I used to be a server there. That ranch is next level.
Their egg rolls.
Southwest egg rolls. little simple
Yeah,
trio.
How many samplers did they have? Like every sampler that you can think of.
Like, yeah, it was fire though. I mean, it's kind of shit food, but like, I thought it was always good.
Or the Applebee's 2 for $20.
Yo, Applebee's hits.
You get 2 full entree meals.
I'm a restaurant connoisseur. Like, once you guys get to know me, you'll know that I've been to almost every restaurant in LA. But there's
Shout it out. Now it's opening.
Yeah.
Shout out some good ones for people to hit.
Oh my God. All right. So top 5 favorite. First of all, the best place in the world, Bavel, Bavel, downtown LA. It's like Middle Eastern Americanized cuisine. It is fucking fabulous. Number 2, met her at a bar. Amazing American food. 3, John and Vinny's. That fusilli pasta really just changes your life. 4.
Is that the pasta that you kind of recreated?
Yeah.
The John and Vinny's.
I always make that.
Yours is fire. I've never had the John and Vinny's.
Yeah, I don't want you to ever have that one either. Number 4, Les Sisters, LES Sisters in Chatsworth. It's these 2 old black ladies, and they're from New Orleans, and they make the best shrimp po' boy and gumbo that you've ever had. Number 5, I'm going to go with over on Slauson, Orleans and York. It is the best gumbo and shrimp and po' boy that you've ever had. Sorry. It's the best.
Classic.
Yeah. So, if you guys, when everything opens back up, feel free to check out those.
Just so I know.
Yeah.
What are like the top 3 to 5 restaurants that you want to go to now that stuff is opening up? Like first, that you're like, I wish I could be here.
I know this is going to sound crazy and fucking so ratchet, but I kind of want to go to Saddle Ranch.
Okay. You think they allow people to ride the bull?
But I like Saddle Ranch, and I'm like, I kind of want to go there.
I've been there a couple times, but I never remember like eating the food.
They have the best prime rib ever.
Really?
The best prime rib.
I just remember being there late night, like when they got the music and they got the bowl going on.
It's prime rib day, like straight up. But you know what I really want to open back up is the clubs and like the little bars, like Tennis of the Trees and like
Cabo Cantina.
Yeah, Cabo Cantina's kind of ratchet though.
That's why I like it.
Yeah, I get it. But like Isabel and like all the cute like little boutique restaurants and like I don't know. I'm ready.
The little speakeasies.
Yeah, I'm ready to like wear my cute outfits out. I've been shopping a lot, and so like
there's only so much recognition and attention you can get from one guy at a time.
This is what I'm saying. I mean, it is.
I can only say, "Wow, you look really cute today."
Yeah, that's true.
You can like feel the eyeballs when you're in a club or your bar.
True. I mean, I get like my daily dose of like attention to my Uber drives, like my Uber rides and stuff. Like,
what they be saying? I'm gonna beat them up.
No, they just. I feel like I get hit on a lot, and so like sometimes I'll have to like pretend that I'm listening to my headphones because it's just like, so like, what do you do? And sometimes I say I'm an accountant.
They don't believe you. There's no way.
What?
There's no way.
What do you mean?
They believe you?
I don't know. But
they never question it?
Why do you think they don't believe me?
They never question it?
I know, but why do you think they don't believe me?
You're just too cute. You're too,
For
too
an
good
accountant?
looking.
Fine.
You have like a pencil or a pencil protector or whatever.
A what?
Glasses.
Yeah.
Calculator.
Yeah, no, we don't have any of that. But yeah, people always, and especially weird at night, we're like, so like, what do you do? And I'm like, just take me to where I need to be. I don't know.
You have to have a go-to lie.
Or you know what's funny? Here's another one. When people who I'm like having a really good conversation with, and like today I met this guy, he picked me up on Santa Monica Boulevard, and like we're talking black dude like from New Orleans, and we're talking about the protests, and this happens all the time. I'll have a conversation about stuff that has nothing to do with my career. And then I will have to mention, something like, oh yeah, like, I model for a living. And then I will always see them like look up in the rearview mirror, like, and check me out to like make sure that like.
Let's make sure that you're good looking enough to model.
Yeah, it's like, oh, sick. I'm like, fuck you.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, they always check me out to make sure I'm like cute. I'm like, nice. Sick dudes.
Shallow ass.
Yeah, Uber rides can get weird for a girl at night.
I drove for Lyft for about a week.
Did the mommies try to holler at you?
There was one ride where I dropped 3 girls off at a club.
Uh-huh.
They were just like, come to the club with us. Just park and just come in with us.
And you're like, no, I hate social settings. I'll never.
I was like, no, I don't feel like paying for parking. Bye.
Bye. That's funny.
You can
do anything you
can
want
network.
when you sick.
You can network if you're a Lyft or Uber driver.
Yeah, that's true.
See the people they got the candy and they got the laminated pages with their social platforms and their cards.
Or they had the game. Oh, are we in New York? Oh shit. Are we in New York when we play those games?
Sometimes they have those in
they have those
LA.
here.
But
okay.
yeah, the cabs in New York have them always.
So fun.
And if you're good enough, you can win a gift card or something.
Yeah. Like ride around for 30 minutes trying to play that shit.
Ride around with that.
Nina. All right, well, let's wrap this up. You want
to say anything closing with everything going on? Stay safe out there.
Yeah, I want to say this.
Stay positive.
This is my closing statement. I love being black.
Shout out. Love
That's all I got for you.
Till next time. I'm not racist.
My girlfriend's black. Love you guys.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.